Today we're gonna kind of have some fun and just futz around the subreddit r/design my room. And to give full credit where credit is due, I stole this video idea directly from Haley Green, who I am just absolutely obsessed with. I love everything about this person's interior design style and also just like personal style, the hair, the eyes, the jewelry, the clothes, everything. And another relatively small YouTuber. So if you haven't, go check this person out. So before we get into it, if you're new here, my name is Medora. I use they, them pronouns, and I make videos about home design for girls, kids, and theys. So let's have some fun fixing these ugly Reddit rooms. Alright, so my plan is just to kind of scroll and see if there's anything that stands out to me. And I will talk you through it, and I'll do as much of like a rendering as I can, although I'm not a rendering person. Alright, so here we are. R/design my room. Good, good, good. Oh, we got it. Whoops, just gonna blur those out and do our best to give some suggestions as to what the space could look like. A before and after of my easy bathroom facelift. Okay, this makes it seem like someone's gonna... Okay, they already did a before and after. Okay, I will not comment on afters because clearly someone put a lot of work into this, and I am not going to say anything about it, even if I want to. Okay, this next one says, furniture arrangement. Who's right? Solve our fight. Nice rhyme. It's a little hard to tell just because I can't see the rest of the room and like how the rest of, because this looks like a pretty open concept space, and I would say it's this one though and not this one. I don't know, the back of this couch feels very harsh to me. Oh, okay, there we go, there's some full screen there. Okay, let's keep going. Which piece of art looks best? I definitely like these second ones rather than this first one. This first one is giving like early 2000s glam, but like modern and abstract and not in a good way. Okay, I need to find rooms that actually need things to be done to them rather than just asking between two options what's better. Not sure how to set up a dining area in this space. I mean, I think based on this photo, I feel like you just need to move the couch over, which means we need to move that cabinet. And I feel like that cabinet could go in the dining area. We might need a slightly smaller table. I think my first question is, do those bar stools or counter height stools actually get used? Because with how close they are to the table, it looks like they don't. So yeah, I think I would move that cabinet thingy, scoot the couch over, maybe even get rid of the stools. I assume they mean we're using this dining table as the dining table and not as the office that it currently is. And then yeah, in general, I would like to put a piece of art in the dining room, maybe a sconce above it. And then it looks like we might be able to swag a pendant light from this junction box thingy up there. Is that what the word is? Junction box? I don't know. And then I'd probably just add some nicer pillows and blankets to the couch. I know that's not what they were asking about, but that is probably what I would do with this space. Moving on. Should I have gotten this rug a size bigger? Well, I'm gonna say no, you should not have gotten this rug in a size bigger. I don't think you should have gotten this rug at all. Update. Okay, I have no idea what the update is. Okay, so apparently this update is something about the furniture arrangement. I hate the matching set. I would say if you have to keep it at all, I would say maybe just keep the couch and then add in like an armchair. These are such bad pictures. I mean, ideally you would get rid of both of these and just get some new furniture. But if we have to keep at least one of these, I would say keep the couch and then let's get like a big comfy armchair, maybe two, maybe matching ones possibly. Let's do something with this wall color because this wall color is not it. It's making this whole room feel so dark and dreary and drab. This rug really looks way too small also for this space. So I would want to get a bigger rug. Okay, this... Oh, okay, wait. The TV is like pushed up against the wall there. And then that's the front door. Okay, first of all, definitely don't do this layout. We're gonna move the couch. This is kind of a tricky room. I think I'm gonna go ahead and say that we get rid of the love seat, get a second couch, and put them facing each other parallel in line with the TV. I wish we could do more around this fireplace, but it doesn't really look like it. But I really do not like how the back of this couch is blocking the entryway into the living room, kind of. I guess it kind of makes an entryway where there isn't one, but like, I don't like it. Okay, I'm gonna pretend like we have a big budget for this one because this one needs a lot of help. We're just gonna put down a new rug, get some better furniture in there, paint the walls, swap out that ceiling fan for like a normal light fixture, because I feel like this house looks like the kind of house that has central AC. So I feel feel like we probably don't need this ceiling fan. The fireplace is fine. It's outdated, but it's fine. Yeah, and then I would just maybe hang the art up differently, get some different art. I feel like there's way too much happening on this mantle. You do not need 2 pieces of art and a little figurine and 3 candlesticks and a vase full of things. I feel like 1 piece of art, maybe the big piece of art, and this vase full of things is plenty. Yeah, I don't know. Hopefully I was able to make that look good because this one is really, not great. Someone just says, WTF am I doing? So it looks like someone's renovating a kitchen. Okay, I'm confused as to where this last picture goes, but for the rest of the space, honestly, this is a great space to start with. I love the beadboard and the, where was the wainscoting? There was wainscoting in a different picture. There we go. Yeah, I love all of the beadboard happening. I love that there's kind of a designated entryway here with these doors. I imagine this one goes out to the garage. So this would probably be a good place to put a bunch of coat hooks on the wall and then some shoe storage. I love how they've got this access door to be able to like reach into this weird unused corner cabinet situation thing. And then as far as designing the kitchen, I mean, you really have an empty slate here and you're clearly renovating it. So you clearly have like some amount of money, maybe not a lot, but some. I think, these look like real wood countertops, but these look fake. These look like laminate. So I'm a little conflicted there. I think the direction I'd want to go with this is to do some just plain white IKEA laminate countertops. And then since all of the cabinets are wood, they look like older cabinets that are actually made of real plywood and not like the cheap MDF. I would love to see at least all of the bottom cabinets stained kind of like a darker, somewhere between like a teak and a walnut color. Obviously there needs to be some sort of stove in there. So if you have the money, a stove and an oven is a really good place to splurge because you will be using that a lot and the installation is not necessarily quick and easy. And if it craps out on you after a year or two, that's not going to be fun. I actually had a brand reach out to me already that does appliances and I did a quick Google search of reviews about this company and there were so many reviews of people saying don't buy from this brand. The stoves are gonna crap out anywhere from 6 months to 2 years later and you'll have to like hire someone and they won't cover it and it's not part of like the warranty and stuff like that. So definitely do your research before doing any sort of big purchase like that. But yeah, Wolf, Viking, LaConche, and then there's one other brand like LaConche that are all like really, really good quality, reputable brands. They are pricey, but you get what you pay for. I personally feel like there's plenty of storage and that you don't necessarily need the upper cabinets in this kitchen. Like this is a pretty good sized kitchen. It's not like those massive kitchens on HGTV. No one needs that big of a kitchen, but this is a pretty good sized kitchen. I think there's plenty of storage. I don't think we need the upper cabinets. And so I'd love to put one single shelf running across there. If you have the space for it, I'd feel like it just feels so much nicer. And if you put your pretty stuff, which is ideally also your everyday use stuff, you can still access it easily. It still functions as storage, but it'll really help the entire kitchen feel a little bit more breathable. I have no indication of what this person's style is, so I'm gonna kind of just go with the general style that appears on this channel. But yeah, I was gonna say I would switch out the faucet, but honestly the faucet I think is fine and the sink is fine. There's no need to spend thousands of dollars on a new sink and faucet if you don't need to. We would definitely have to relocate the microwave if we're doing open shelving. But I think this actually gives us a really good opportunity to use the light fixture as kind of the main focal point because everything else here is gonna be pretty subtle, pretty subdued. Maybe we can do a funky color for the range, but I don't know how I feel about that yet. I'd probably do some sort of tile backsplash like all the way up to the shelves, and yeah, that's about it. I don't know. Kitchens are pretty, I was gonna say simple, but there's a lot of moving parts in kitchens. So yeah, I don't know. I hope this turned out good. Let's keep moving. Alright, this looks like a good one. In search of living room furniture and arrangement suggestions. Already, I love the use of masking tape out on the floor. I think that is a very smart idea. Ah, and there's dimensions. Yeah. This is a pretty good-sized living room, too. Okay, I think they at least have the right idea so far, having the couch facing the fireplace and the windows. I think this space is big enough to do a full-size couch and 2 armchairs facing in, possibly 2 armchairs on one side and 2 like stools or benches or ottomans on the other side. I don't know. Obviously it needs a rug. I think some sort of sideboard would make a lot of sense along this wall over to the left. This would be a great place to bring in some more wood, although again, you've got solid hardwood floors here and that helps a lot. I think curtains are too much for this space, and I would rather see some like bamboo shades, some wooden blinds or bamboo shades or Roman shades or something on these windows. And then I'd love to switch out these sconces and just add more lighting in general to this room. So yeah, that's what that one looks like. Help with weird inset in combined living/dining room. This immediately reminds me of Drew's old apartment before he bought his house. So I would definitely recommend finding some sort of sideboard thing to put in here and then put some shelves inside of there and paint them the same color as the walls. I don't love this color for the walls, so I would probably repaint the entire room all one color. I would maybe even go so far as to paint all of the walls white and just paint the ceiling like I'm feeling maroon. I don't know why. That might be way too dark, but something with a paint color here. And then we definitely got to get rid of this chandelier above the dining table because absolutely not. Yeah, no. I actually really love what I can see of the table. So I think keeping the table would be good. But if we could like switch out those chairs, this is gonna be so hard to Photoshop. If you've made it this far, make sure to like and comment and subscribe in order to help me pay for the amount of time that is going into the editing of this video, because it's a lot. What do you guys think about this bed frame? Okay, it looks like this is their house, and this is the showroom, and they're asking about this bed frame. Honestly, I'm not mad at it. It's definitely like a bit big and chunky. It takes up a lot of space. I can't tell if it's a navy color. If it's navy, I think I like it. I don't want it to be black, because that feels like a little too much. This is such a strange room, too. Is that the only place the bed can go? Well, anyways, let's try to put this bed in there. Oh, I'm thinking of another really cool bed that I saw. It's on my Pinterest board somewhere. It has like a chrome metal bed frame, and it like does this and like goes around a corner. I'm not describing it well, but if we could put that in there, that would be ideal. A rug would be fantastic. I don't want to cover up too much of these floors, so I might just do a small rug right next to the bed, because these floors are gorgeous. Obviously, this clothing rack has to go somewhere else because it's half blocking the window, and there's no nightstand, so that doesn't seem the most functional. And then these windows really do not feel like curtain windows. These feel like Roman blind windows or wood shades or bamboo shades or something like that. So yeah, I think the main thing would be window treatments, the new bed, a little rug right next to the bed, some sort of new nightstand situation, maybe in like, ooh, a lacquer or a metal would be really fun, because there's already a lot of like wood and textiles going on in here, so that would be fun. And I think that's all we can do. I would definitely want to put a sconce over on this wall in between the two windows. I think that would be like the perfect like nighttime reading sconce. And then yeah, I just love to see some more lighting options, maybe a table lamp on the long low nightstand thingy, and then a candle or something up on the fireplace mantle, maybe some art, stuff like that. Let's see. Okay, so this next one says, since you guys provided such great assistance with the bedroom, I'd love your input on my living room as well. I'll be replacing the gray sofa. What color do you think would work best? Additionally, what color rug do you recommend to complement the space? So, let's get a look. Yeah, I really don't like this particular gray. This looks like the IKEA couch where you pull it out and it like makes a whole queen size bed. These kind of look like the Target chairs that I think are a knockoff of like CB2 or something. I clearly do not follow these big brands very closely. So there's that. I do at least like that they are green. It's introducing some color and some warmth into here. The floors are very neutral, so I would definitely stick with colors in general that are more neutral. Trying to figure out what color sofa and what color rug would look best with these chairs, and I think my problem is just that I don't like the chairs. They're very Studio McGee and I'm just not into it. I also really don't like this layout. I think that's the thing that's bugging me the most, although I understand that the TV has to go somewhere, and that's kind of the only place for it to go. This one is kind of stumping me. I do, however, appreciate the amount of cats that we've gotten in photos. I find that very cute. That makes me very happy. Okay, I think the first thing I would do is get just a regular 7-foot couch, because I don't think that the couch with the like incorporated ottoman footstool thingy, it's just not the vibe. So yeah, first of all, let's get a different couch that'll also free up some space, because it looks like there's not a lot of walking space around these armchairs. And so I'm curious like how people enter the living room, and it looks like it's through this very tiny entryway, which does not, it looks like 1.5 feet wide, so not a big fan of that. But getting just a regular couch would help with that space issue. I feel like this space really needs a lot of life added to it So, Interior Define has some really neat upholstery options, and they have like an olivey green leather that I really love for a couch. I don't know if this leather is sustainably sourced, so I would, look into that before purchasing. But I would really love to see some more warmth and color added into here. We need to keep the colors relatively neutral because of this flooring. I would definitely want to do some sort of like built-in media console thing and mount the TV on the wall. Get rid of this vase with the like branches and ostrich feathers. Please, please don't do that. My heart. And then I feel like one of the places that we could add some texture and interest and color and pattern would be the rug. I don't know that Etsy would be the best place to look for a rug for this space because this space is rather large, and really cool, unique rugs on Etsy are not usually that large. Like maybe 9 by 12 at best, but like this room really needs a large rug. There is one on Etsy that I really like that has kind of a grid pattern on it, and you can get it in any size you need, which I love. And I think that might help ground this space a little bit because I feel like the space does need some darkness, but it doesn't need the darkness to be in the couch. So I'm going to try out that, and if I don't like that rug, I'll probably do one of Arvin Alano's rugs. Although I think his only go up to 9 by 12? They might be 11 by 14. I will check on that. And then yeah, overall, I would just replace this fan with at least a different fan or ideally a light fixture, because with the amount of windows and doors in this room, I feel like you would get a fantastic cross breeze in this room. So I feel like a fan is maybe not necessary. Ooh, for a light fixture, one of the ones from that Etsy store, Sputnik lights, that would be great in this space. Yeah, okay, I think that's it for this space. Okay, let's see if we can find one more space that we can work on, because I feel like this video is gonna be long enough already. So, let's see. Help me with my office conundrum. Okay, I like the thought process so far. I like the idea of a really long desk. I'm unclear if this is supposed to be an office for one person or for two people, because that second chair is fully covered in clothes. So I'm wondering if this is just like a really giant bedroom that they're using one corner for the office. My gut is really telling me, instead of doing one long built-in desk, which I normally love, my gut's telling me to do two sit-stand desks right next to each other, because I'm seeing this like walking pad treadmill thing, and that makes me think that this person would probably like to be able to like move their body more throughout the day, and mixing it up between sitting and standing would really be a great way to do that. I would also love to find, there's this one brand that I am blanking on the name of right now, but they have my dream sit-stand desk. It's not only sitting height, like normal sitting in a chair height, and also standing height, but it goes all the way down to sitting on the floor height. And I want it so bad, but it's like $1,300. And I will link it below if I can remember the name of the brand, but that's the desk I want. But yeah, in general, I think it mostly just needs some cohesion and like some putting stuff away and stuff like that. I would either want to get two matching or two coordinating vintage office chairs. They might not necessarily be the most ergonomic, but if this person's goal is to move a lot throughout the workday, which it looks like it is, it's generally understood to be thought of that like movement is more important than sitting in the perfect position all day. So I think that a vintage office chair would really be perfectly fine. I would definitely want to get some cable management going and take all of this stuff off of the desk and find some better storage. I would love to do shelving along this whole wall. I'd really love to do that like cheap white shelving from like any home improvement store along this whole entire wall. I think that that would provide a much better space for storing all of the things that are on this desk, because it looks like there's a ton of random crap, and a lot of it looks like it does not necessarily need to be on the desk. Is that a sewing machine back there? Like what is happening? I have questions. But yeah, I'd love to see a table lamp that is not a desk lamp. I've been a really big fan recently of like a normal table lamp instead of a desk lamp for offices. One of the clients that I'm working with on an office space, and I found the neatest, coolest table lamp that is just so unique. I'll pop up a little photo of it if I can still find it. But yeah, I've been really into table lamps rather than normal desk lamps, because I feel like the light from a normal desk lamp is just like a little too harsh. And maybe it's just because I am a soft creature of an animal living and trying to exist under this, late stage capitalism, and like my body and brain are already overwhelmed with like existing, so I just want softness. Maybe it's that, or maybe it just looks better. I don't know, you tell me. Obviously the computers have to stay. I'm not mad at this whiteboard situation. I definitely want to get rid of this like weird little corner shelf thing. I feel like it could work in some space, but not this space. And then I don't think that this space needs a rug, unfortunately, because rolling office chairs really do not do well on rugs, even if it's a flat weave. So I think we're done with that space. And I know I said that that would be the last one, but let me see if I can find one more, just for the hell of it. Okay, this one looks interesting. It says open concept color scheme. Okay, this looks like a pretty large space. Obviously the wide angle lens is making it appear a little bit bigger than it is, but yeah, this looks like a whole walk-in pantry. This is a giant island. So this is a large space. Okay, so they've got some color options here. So it looks like they're considering painting these two walls kind of like a dark grayish gunmetal-y color. What I would do, I would paint this entire room, walls and ceiling, with some sort of weird muddy color, whether it's like a muddy eggplant or a muddy chartreuse or something like weird and strange and fun like that. And yeah, I would just color drench the entire room because I feel like right now the different colors between the walls and the ceiling really highlights how tall the ceilings are. And I know we've kind of been conditioned to really love tall ceilings, but they just feel uncomfortably tall to me. And I feel like the space would be so echoey and I don't like it. I would definitely want to paint the ceiling and the walls all the same color drench it, because I think that that would help it feel a little bit cozier. And then with the kitchen, I feel like I would probably just add, it looks like there's space that there's going to be an overhang on this counter so that there'll be counter stools. So I would add some like fun vintage stools. These look like a relatively modern flat front cabinet. So I think I would kind of lean into that and make this whole kitchen kind of like moody. I don't know if I want to render out this entire kitchen, but yeah, putting like a mini table lamp in there and getting some vintage stools. And I would love to have like one pendant hanging directly over this island. That could be really nice. That could help like lower the ceiling a bit. And then moving over onto this side, this is kind of, I assume this is the living room. I don't know. It might be a dining room. I can't tell. I have no idea. If this is a living room, I would probably do two matching or coordinating couches facing each other, parallel to each other, and then like just some really, really giant large scale art. We would need to put some lighting in there somewhere, but I don't, does it look like there's a, that might be a junction box. I can't tell. Ooh, and then I would definitely put like a giant tree in that back right corner because there's enough windows there that it would definitely get enough light. You need some sort of coffee table, obviously. And then I guess if this is supposed to be a dining room instead, I'd probably just get some sort of like large wooden table, something that feels really sturdy and grounding, because I feel like the space as a whole really feels a little bit too light and airy right now, and it really needs some grounding elements. And then I might even do some wood chairs along with it because the space definitely needs more wood because it's a brand new build, and it looks like it's one of those like barn dominium things where you just like pour a giant concrete slab and then build a barn on top of it and then use the concrete as the floor. So there is no exposed wood in here whatsoever. So yeah, I think bringing in all of that wood would really help. And then I think to separate the spaces, I would do a giant rug in here. And that's about it. Yeah, I think just furnishing the space, painting it a good color, and putting some appropriately sized art up on the walls, whether it's a living room or a dining room, is kind of just the way to go with this. Oh, I just want to keep going. I have no idea what's happening in that photo. I need to go to bed. Ooh, okay, hold on. One more, last one, I promise. Okay, they want help making the space more modern looking. I mean, it's not too bad from the get-go. If you really wanted to, you could get some different doors for the cabinets that are just flat instead of a shaker style. I think I would get a better shade for in this window, something that's a little bit more updated and modern. I would switch out the handles. I don't know exactly what I would switch them out for, but I would definitely switch them out. And then I think I would mostly just clear all of that stuff off the counter and put one good mini table lamp in one of the corners at least. And then maybe like a cutting board standing up against the backsplash covering that outlet over on the left. And then I think it's more just about like the kitchen accessories. I would definitely get a new hand towel that doesn't blend into the oven. Something like fun and colorful, whether it's like a big stripe or a color block or something like that. And some sort of rug. This would be a great place to go to Etsy because Etsy has all sorts of like weirdly sized small rugs that are really neat. So I would definitely put some sort of unique rug in here and more modern. I'm trying to figure out, the faucet already looks pretty modern, so I'm not mad at that. The thing is, I don't know what this person means by modern. Like, do they mean contemporary in like a gross billionaire luxurious mansion kind of way? Or do they mean modern in a more like modernist theory kind of way? Because I feel like the only way you can really go with this specific space is modernist theory, and then I'd probably just put like a pot of rosemary in the windowsill or something. Some sort of plant. Ooh, another thing you could do is to put a curtain over the washing machine, but instead of doing those like sink curtains that are normally all like pleated or just like bunched up, doing one of these like Japanese panel style curtains and just putting it on a tension rod under there, that would definitely help. And then again, I think just one of these lights from Sputnik Lights on Etsy would be fantastic in here. Okay, I need to stop. I need to go to bed so that I can actually catch my flight tomorrow morning. And again, if you want to give me a little Christmas gift and say thank you for the amount of hours that I put into editing this video and doing all of these renderings, make sure to like and comment and subscribe, and let me know if you want to see more of these types of videos. As always, the information to submit your own space for doing a virtual subscriber makeover is down below. If you want to work with me one-on-one, go to patreon.com/medorakia or medorakia.com. And I will see you in the next video. Bye!